Hello everyone, my name is EJ, you are you, and this is my channel. Today we are going to be touring my island that took me like 9 months to finish, which I know does not sound like a lot, but for me it was. And spoiler alert, it's only half the island, so, you know, whatever. The central premise is that this is an island of children who survived a plane crash. So, you know, there's like some tragedy there, there's some darkness there, but it's like bright, it's colorful, it's fun, and it's jungly. So, let's show you Pondetresa. So to start, here's my entrance. I feel like I say this a lot, but I always try to make entrances that kind of contain the DNA, the essence of what the island's gonna be. So we have the cardboard, we have some rust, we have some plain parts up on the top level, and, you know, we have like tents, and there's, you know, clothesline because there are kids living here, and it's just bright, it's colorful, it's overgrown, and I hope it gives the vibes that I'm going for. Now, if we come up over here, we have Murphy's part of the island. Murphy is a grumpy cub, right? And I figured he would be kind of the fisherman of the island. So despite being a child, because everyone here is children, he's kind of more curmudgeonly. So he has his own little oasis over here where he does fishing. There's an old boat that doesn't work anymore because remember, they're stuck on this island. Ignore the airport. And, you know, he uses a few of the plain parts to kind of build up his wall. I feel like my style of designing is like half logic and half like texture. Obviously, you're not going to be able to interact with like an oil barrel that's like at the back of all these different items, but it's there to give texture, it's there to give depth, and it's there to give like a general vibe. So I use a lot of clutter, I use a lot of inaccessible items, and I kind of just like how it looks. And I like half care about things being accessible, and honestly I half don't, because like where's the fun in that? It's a game, you know? Let's make it unrealistic. So back across from the entrance, we cross the bridge into the rest of the island proper, and this is kind of like entrance part 2. This is a big circle, so we're gonna go, what is this? Counterclockwise. So over here, this is the DIY area for the children. This is where people are working on their projects, and I wanted everything on the island to kind of feel like it could reasonably be built by people on a deserted island. These are very construction savvy children. Maybe the school they're from is like a construction magnet school or something. I don't know. But these kids know how to build stuff. So here it is. So next from the DIY area, in the center of this kind of like ring of the main part of town, this is Bob and Henry's farm. I feel like Bob and Henry, I feel like their vibes are very much like the two guys in class who are like kind of idiots together. Henry's the planner. Bob goes along with it, and like they both like to play in the mud. So they've decided to build a farm together. You know, I play Stardew already. You know, I already have like a super regimented farm. I don't need another one. So I mix up all the crops and stuff to make it feel thrown together haphazardly, and yeah. South of the farm, you get to Stinky's, part of the beach. And this was honestly, I hate beaches, so I just kind of threw this together at the end. But this is like the workout beach. And I use like the dumbbell items, which are new for 2.0, and I love them. Their update's literally like a year old, but I recently found out that those exist. So, you know, and everything again, bright colors, primary colors, or not primary colors, but like, you know, bright, like basic colors. And then he uses some cardboard as a map. To the right of Stinky's area is the museum. I kept it in a tent because I feel like the tent just fits better. I honestly haven't really thought about the lore of why Blathers is here. Maybe he was like the science teacher who survived the crash and is here and helping supervise or something. Yeah. Then we can keep going here. This is my house. Don't know what part my character plays in this lore, but I think my character is probably just another kid that lives on this island. And I just made myself this cute little bamboo house. To the left of that is like a cute little fishing pond. Honestly, I just needed to fill space, so I made a pond. Because water's a great way to fill space. Sometimes it's exhausting to think of like random things to put. Sometimes a pond, that's all you need. Breaks it up. Give your Switch a break from, you know, processing all the items that you put down. Make a fishing pond. Behind the fishing pond is our Able sisters. Ables make all of the clothes that everyone wears. They have, their loom here to make their own fabric. They have a bunch of different shirts. They have a sewing machine out here. They have the kid crown. So yeah. And then you can kind of squeeze past back here. Back here, we've got Rio. Rio is our preserves and canning queen. She's back here. She's making jam. So Rio just has this really like industrial looking canning facility over here. It's lots of fun. And then there's just like a simple passageway here in front of resident services. Oh God, I wish we could customize resident services because the brick building, it just doesn't work. But it's just one of those things where I have to be like, ignore that. It makes sense for the lore. And then if you keep going around the little circle, we get to the Nooks area. They have their little trading depot. They have some boxes and things out here. They're tucked away into this nice little corner that I like. And I kind of made a barrier, but a see-through barrier, Because you can't see yourself for a little bit while you go behind this tree, but then you get to the jail bars and it's boop-a-doo, you can see yourself. So when you obstruct your view, that's when the clutter starts to feel annoying. So then if we go back around Le Circle, behind Able Sisters to get to our little cardboard lighthouse signal fire. Cardboard is a big theme of the island. I don't know, this plane they were on was apparently also a UPS shipping plane, I guess. I don't know. And so there's just a bunch of cardboard everywhere and they make so much stuff out of cardboard and it's used as flooring, it's used as walls. And this is the first instance where I use the kind of sandstone castle items to be just cardboard structures. I feel like it perfectly blends in with the cardboard designs that I got. So, And then we can lead back. We've got lovely Willow over here. She does all of the laundry for everyone. So gave her a cute little laundry area. We love it. We love it. And then back here, we've got Sydney. Sydney, her favorite subject is arts and crafts. So she has an arts and crafts area. She's got the paint cans. She uses clay to make a bunch of different art projects. And she fires it in her kiln over here. And that's Sydney's area. And now back right behind Rio's house, you can also go up this little ladder to get to Fuchsia's treehouse. So Fuchsia is our woman in STEM on the island. Fuchsia is the scientist of the group, and so she has a whole lab up here. She has a cardboard treehouse. She has her telescope that, washed up on the island, and now she uses it to look at stars. And then she has her little testing facility back here. She's testing some of the glowing moss on the island. And then you can also go back this way, but we won't get to that yet. Instead, we're just going to go down these little vines here, and we get to see, I call this the Oasis, but this isn't a desert island, so this isn't an oasis. But this is the waterfall area. So this is another area that's just a big old lake. You can also get here from Sydney's house on the beach, and there's, luggage, plane stuff. It's fun. Okay, and then you can climb up from the Oasis, and you start to see, I have two favorite builds on this island. This is one of them, because over here is the plane crash area. And I am just so proud of this area because all the custom designs for the plane, the interior, the wings, the walls, the floor, all of those were made by yours truly. I was just really proud because I do not consider myself a custom design maker. This is a part where I'm kind of leaning into a little bit of the grittiness. This is the least kidcore area of the island. And you can see there's not a lot of bright colors over here. There's not a lot of fun. There's lots of weeds. It's overgrown. You can go into the actual plane itself. You can climb up into the cockpit, which doesn't have a floor anymore. They kind of nosedived into this little rock. So, oopsie. And I was really inspired for this whole plane crash from Lost. I loved that show growing up. I probably shouldn't have been watching it growing up, but whatever. And again, I didn't want to shy away from the tragedy of this thing. So there is a little graveyard here. They use these sticks as grave markers. I don't know. It's listen, if it's gonna be an island where there's a plane crash, very few planes that crash into an island, no one dies. So I wasn't gonna shy away from that. Moving away from the plane crash, we get to Clay's house. Clay has one of my favorite backstories. So Clay was actually a little figurine that Sydney made, and they left it in the glowing moss valley, which is right next to Clay's house. We'll get to it. And the glowing moss enchanted the clay, and it made Clay alive. He's a person. Whoa. So for his area, Clay got really into coffee. So he just grew some coffee. He's been roasting it. He's making coffee. But here's the thing. Kids don't like coffee. It's bitter. It's gross. So no one buys his coffee. No one uses his coffee. So he just has all this coffee beans just hanging out. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny. If you go down directly from Clay's house, you'll actually get back into Fuchsia's treehouse. So that is the path that we chose not to go down before. But then if you go kind of to the left and down from Clay's house is actually where you get to the glowing moss valley. I made this like in the wake. There was like Crossing Annie, I believe, posted a sunken valley. And so this was my version of that build, a sunken valley pathway stairs thing. And I just decided to make it the glowing moss area. So there's lots of glowing moss everywhere. And this is where Clay was birthed from. You can keep going down and you'll get to, this is the camp for Last Crosser Standing for all of the players. This is like the home base where everyone comes in between rounds, and they talk here about who they're gonna, vote out. It's fun. So we'll head on back up through the valley, and you can climb down this little cliff, and you get to the Valley of Champions, and this is how you get to the challenge arena. So this is, a big area. It should feel imposing. It should feel like you were small. Come down here, and then you cross the way, and you get into the challenge arena where all of the, challenges are going to take place. It's empty right now. It will be filled with mini games for Last Crosser Standing once that actually happens. So then we can go back up the valley. This is a favorite of mine, and this is the cardboard fort. I used a bunch of like sandstone colored castle objects with arches and towers and such. I wanted there to be a fun walk that feels very big and rich. And you get down here, and this is where Tribal Council is. This is where everyone votes. I like the little mishmash of seats. They're not all the same because, again, this is all cobbled together. And then from the back of Tribal Council, this is the Altar of Champions. This is where the champion sits at the end. And they get to kind of, yay, we won, we did it. But if you lose, if you are voted out, you actually go through the pipe here and takes you back to the beginning of the island. So yeah, that is my island. Even though it's only half of an island, it took me 9 months to build, but I'm really glad I built it. I usually do not use a lot of primary colors and kidcore things like that. I'm much more of like a grungy kind of aesthetic, and I think there is still a lot of that here. But I'm really proud of this because I feel like it pushed me a little bit out of my comfort zone. I've not made a dream address for this island yet. I want to like do a little maze thing in the challenge arena for everyone to come and visit. So I need to make that really quick first, and then I'll make a dream address of it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, I guess hit the like button to tell YouTube that you did. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down below by telling me what your favorite color was growing up and what your favorite color is now. And if you want to get more me, hit that subscribe button. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all she wrote. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay cute. Stay hydrated. Most importantly, everyone, stay you. Okay. Goodbye.